Hello, reptiles. In the lesson earlier, I called you each a different reptile, starting with the first letter of your first name. So now I'm going to read you the book to explain those, and some with the other letters too. All right. So this is called the Yucky Reptile book. Alphabet book. Sorry. What do we got here? Look at that guy. So look for the qualities of reptiles that we talked about in the lesson. Alright, now A, we have Alvaro. Starts with the letter A. It says, A is for armadillo lizard. When attacked or frightened, the armadillo lizard pretends it is a pine cone. It sticks its tail in its mouth and rolls itself into a ball. Oh my goodness. I love how God made the creatures able to defend themselves. It does look like a pine cone. Yay! Alright. Ooh, B. We have. B is for boa. This is an emerald tree boa. Boas swallow their meals whole because they cannot chew. Imagine that. The largest boas are called anacondas. Can be almost as long as a school bus. Wow. Look at that color green called an emerald for the jewel. Okay. Ooh. C is for cook. Cook is a chameleon. C is for chameleon. Chameleons can change color and make their skin match their surroundings. What is most amazing, though, is that the chameleon's incredibly long tongue. Can you see that stretching across there? Wow, it's really long. The chameleon's tongue can be almost twice as long as its body. Look at that. I wonder where's the end of his tongue? It's over here. There it is, catching a dragonfly. Ah! Its tongue is perfect for catching insects as they buzz along near its head. D is for Daniel. Daniel is a diamondback terrapin, which is a kind of turtle. See them there? Terrapins. The diamondback terrapin has markings on its back that remind some people of diamonds. Ah, like my diamond ring here. Does that look anything like the back on that turtle? Oh, I can see why. That's kind of cool. Okay. E. Oh, look at those eggs. Those soft, leathery eggs we talked about. These are crocodile eggs. Birds are not the only creatures that hatch from eggs. Most, but not all, reptiles are born this way. Did you discover any reptiles that are not born by egg? F. Wow, look at that guy. F is for frilled lizard. This Australian lizard pops up its collar and hisses when it wants to scare someone. It can also run very fast on its hind legs. Stay away. I think I would head out. G. G is for Gila monster, or Gila. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. The Gila monster lives in the desert. It often has a fat tail. The Gila monster stores food in its tail for times when it cannot find enough to eat or drink. Oh, that's so awesome. Look at that fat tail. Who would guess that a tail was food for that creature? Alright, we've got an H in our class. Holland. Holland is a horned toad. I thought toads were amphibians. This reptile is not a toad. Oh, since it is round and has such a short tail, people forget that it is a horned lizard. When horned lizards get mad, they squirt blood out of their eyes. Ugh, that's so wild. I don't even know if I can see his eyes there. They're so covered in horns. G. Oh no, we did G. Sorry. I for Ian. Ian is an iguana. These spooky-looking reptiles are sometimes movie stars. When movie makers take pictures of iguanas up close, the iguanas look just like gigantic dinosaurs. They must be in some movies. Wow, look at all those scales. Another characteristic of reptiles. J, we have James. James is a joint snake. Joint snakes are also called glass snakes. They are able to break off sections of their tails. Joint snakes are not really snakes. They are legless lizards. Oh man, it's so cool. We can break off sections of their tail. Maybe if something was trying to eat them here, they could break it off and get away still alive. Heal up later. Okay. K for Mrs. Kolf. What am I? K is for knobbed-tailed gecko. This reptile never blinks because it cannot move its eyelids. It licks its eyes to keep them clean. Maybe the knob-tailed gecko would use a pair of windshield wipers. The word knob begins with the silent letter K. Let's find a reptile whose name starts with the hard K sound. Oh, so this K in knob is silent. Now here we have a hard K. K. The K is saying K. For Komodo dragon. The Komodo dragon is the biggest lizard in the world. It is larger and longer than most people. Look at that. Is that a girl? Look at that girl standing there. Look how huge the Komodo is. I believe there's an island in the world called Komodo Island where they live. It's got their own island named after it. What do we have for L? Oh, look at that. L is for leatherback turtle. This ocean turtle is the largest of all turtles. It is also the most widely traveled of all reptiles. The leatherback turtle can be found all over the world in both warm waters and cold waters. Wow. M. Wow, look at that guy. Whoa, he's so thorny. M is for Moloch. Some people call this a mountain devil, and some people call it a thorny devil. It would be hard to keep as a pet because it eats hundreds and hundreds of ants every day. Moloch. Alright, now we have N. We have an N in our class. N is for Noah. What is Noah? Noah is a night snake. Night snakes are nocturnal. That means they do not usually come out during the day. They are ready to come out as soon as the sun goes down. Wow, can you see those night snakes in there? Got some stars shining to show it's night. Huh. O is for Owen. Owen is for, O is for ornate box turtle. Box turtles have a hinged bottom shell which they can completely shut to protect their bodies, like a box. Ooh, 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 ooh. They can close it up so nothing can get in. The ornate box turtle is prettier than other box turtles. So ornate means like decorative. Decorated and beautiful. Then we have a P in our class. P for Patrick. Patrick is a pipe snake. The pipe snake has a neat way to fool other animals. It hides its head under its coiled body and lifts up its tail. The end of its tail looks like its head. Ah, look him all coiled up there. This is actually his tail, made to look like his head. And then if a predator eats his tail, at least he still has his head. Oh, I love it. So creative. God's creation, creativity. Q is for queen snake. The queen snake is a water snake that may have gotten its name because it is a picky eater and likes fancy food like a queen. It prefers to eat only soft, shelled crayfish. So you see that crayfish there? It's kind of dark. And there's our queen snake eating her meal that she likes. Our rattlesnake. Look at those fangs. These snakes make rattle noises by shaking the end of their tails. Not many people like to play with rattlesnakes because they have poisonous fangs in their mouth. Oh, there's the tail. Stay away. S is for skink. Oh, I love skinks. James and John have found over the years so many skinks and caught them. Everyone has heard of a skunk, but how many people have heard of a skink? On this page is a blue-tongued skink. It did not get its blue tongue from licking blue lollipops. It was born this way. Wow. I also know they can lose their tails and run off, as James and John have tried catching some and only ended up with a tail in their hand. T is for Tatara, or Twa. Twataras were alive when dinosaurs still roamed the earth. They are different than all other living reptiles, although they look like lizards. Ooh, you. Look at that beautiful snake coloring. U is for Yorutu. This snake has the letter U at the beginning of its name. It has the letter U in the middle of its name and at the end of its name. The design on its skin even looks like the letter U. Ha! That's so cool. Look at the letter U. That way and that way. Let's see how it's spelled like they said. U at the beginning, U in the middle, and U at the end. U at the end. Okay. V. V is for vine snake. The vine snake is long and thin. It looks like a skinny piece of green rope with a head attached. How can it remember where the end of its tail is? Can you see his head? Can you see his end? I see his head. I wonder if the end is somewhere down there. W is for whiptail. In some places, almost all of the whiptails are female. When picked up, whiptails wiggle their heads from side to side. And X. Ooh. Wow. X is kind of a hard letter to match. X is for Xanthuzia riversiana. Wow. That's a mouthful. What? What kind of a name is that? This scientific name is much too difficult. People usually call it an island night lizard. Look at that long name. This is a scientific name. Y. Y is for yellow-headed gecko. Some geckos have suction cups on their feet that allow them to climb steep, smooth walls. This yellow-headed gecko is cute, but maybe it would rather be red-headed, orange-headed, or purple-headed. That's kind of cool. All right, Z for Zach. What do we have? Z. Z is for zillions. Zillions of years ago, giant reptiles lived the earth. Z, so Zach gets the dinosaurs that lived zillions of years ago. The giant reptiles were dinosaurs. But that is another story for another day. Alright, now this says, adults would probably like to know that there are 4 different living orders of reptiles. And we'll talk about this too in the lesson. There's crocodiles, alligators, caimans, and gavials. Crocodilia, they're called. And then there's turtles. Testudines. Squamata are snakes, lizards, and amphisbaenians. And the last one, Rhynchocephalia, the tuatara. Oh, there was one of those on the pages we read. Those are hard words. I'm sorry, I don't know them so well. That's kind of cool though, that the reptiles are broken into those 4 groups. Alright, bye.